great segue. Dan Azeez, Buatsi. They've taken advice. I'm gonna say they took advice.
They've been listening.
They've been listening. I'm gonna say they took advice because we done a show this before. This is early and said, listen, the brethren thing. What we did, and we said this more than once. The brethren thing ain't the way to go. This ain't the way you build a fight. It doesn't look
two
good.
Friends putting their friendship aside. It's like brother.
Stop that nonsense. We need more.
This is two South London man, them, you know. We want South London energy.
2024.
No, they're both South. Yeah, they're both South. Yeah, shame.
Exactly. 2024, people started the year with beef. Yeah? You man have to come correct. For some strange reason, that's how the year started. Yeah? So it must continue. And what we've seen right now is we've seen the likes of these two now engaging in a, I don't know where was that? Who was sitting in the middle?
There was I don't remember. It wasn't that one I saw. I saw the one where he's sitting where Buatsi is with Savage Dan. And he's was Dan injured? Boy. And I'm like, you see them reactions, yeah? Those reactions are what, you know, people like us.
You remember you pointed to the other day, time ago. He said
as soon as the fight was cancelled, I said, that's a weird response to that. Because he goes, what did he say the last time? He goes, the injury, he goes, yeah, all the facts will come out. What does that mean? That means you're not accepting that to be a fact. That means that the one that's put to you, you've declined that as a fact and said the facts will come out.
Stop this.
But now you're sitting down. Dan is going, was he really injured? Boy. It might have been the edit. But it looked nuts. So my thing is...
they're saying that Buatsi's saying Dan wasn't really injured. That's what Buatsi's trying to say.
I know.
Buatsi's saying all the smoke lies at Dan Azeez's door.
Well, this is the thing. See, my suspicion last time was Buatsi can't, his name and reputation can't take another hit on a fight cancellation thing. So whatever the reason is, I thought it might have been linked to his side or it just be linked to tickets. And it hasn't done that well and they just need a scapegoat to get through. Buatsi's name can't take another one of those hits. We put it on Dan's injury and we just carry on through. But now it's looking like these men they're tussling for that narrative. Like, no, it's not on me. My thing is, and I'm like, this is interesting.
No, but it's because we knew that
something was weird.
Like, physical. No, this is a Dan Azeez thing. Dan Azeez couldn't go to the fight. It's just one of those ones. Dan Azeez was injured, but I think they're trying to make it out like Dan wasn't in. I think Buatsi's trying to signal Dan just wasn't ready. That's how it seems. I don't think it's I think he's trying to say something else because, and I don't know if Buatsi just likes how this has come out in a sense because he knows he's like, right, this has got nothing to do with me, and I don't think you're ready. You wasn't ready for what you said you was gonna do. That's the vibe I'm getting from him. Not so. I'm not getting something else. I'm more sticking to that, and I think it's one of those things where Dan Azeez was injured, and he's saying, "No, don't try it." But it's not even. He's not coming across clear in the back and forth in this moment. He's saying, "Look, I'm going to fight you. I'm on it, but rare. I think that was. I think that's what's going on. That's how I'm kind of because it's hard to look at. I'm like, what's going on over here?
That's what I'm saying.
But one thing for sure is they got under each other's skin. Finally, I think when two brethren are saying, "Look, well, we're fighters, innit? Me and you, like, end of the day, we're in the same weight class, innit? Like, this was coming. This is you have to fight. Like, it's one of those ones where just imagine our whole careers here. We know we have to fight. We actually have to scuff.
It's loaded. It's true. This is where it spills over. This is where it spills over. Because you've got to manage that tension, that small tension in the back of your mind.
It's small, but then our careers are destined for us to meet at some point. And it's like, and guess what? It's like, who's the alpha in this situation, in this moment? And guess what? Previously, it was clear. The relationship was very clear. I'm the Olympic guy. You're like, I hope you get to do your thing. I want to see you at this stage.
It's that,
you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. Like, I love to see you at this level because you deserve this, bro. You know, it's one of them ones. and then after it slowly becomes, well, the Olympic guy ain't
He
where
ain't done what he's supposed to do.
it's just not where it used to be. Is the best way to explain it. It ain't where it used to be. And guess what? The guy that will kind of really sun in saying, "I'd love to see at this level," he's
He's here
saying
now.
he said it to him and said, "Well, we're both here." You know what I mean? Like we're both here, and he's done. And then now the Olympic guys talking from their past relationship of, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I know you.
Don't. I've been
I
here.
know
Don't try
you.
go like it's the same.
Yeah.
And it's the
We're
jostle
different
for
guys.
respect. Because even when Dan's speaking, is like, yeah, like you weren't calling for me, like you weren't looking at me like I'm levels. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, wait, hold on, what are you trying to say? He's like, come on, bro. You don't like the pressure. You don't like the pressure. You've had this, that, and the third. You don't like the pressure. And you could tell that's a thing that gets to him. Because he's very much like, don't try and make me seem like I'm some privileged boy. Like I've fought for what I got. And then man are like, yeah, I'm not saying you haven't. But what we're saying is with the goal, the situation you've had, yeah, you really used it like that. Do you see what I mean? That's the one that gets to him. So it's a mad one. It burns. It has to sting, especially when you work your ass off. Man, just write off all your hard work on some like.
I'm just saying it's Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, it's like, brother. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's two sides of the coin where it's like Buatsi's a private guy. So because he doesn't like to really play the game gets played around him and without him. So he don't really get to be in the mix. Whereas now he started to talk up a little bit. You can start to kind of be like, okay, now we can start to listen to you directly rather than just the noise.
So, well, he has to talk. He has to talk.
He has to talk.
I've been saying this for a long time. Like I always extend the invite. The invite's there. You know what I'm saying? Come sit down. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been saying, Buatsi, listen, for the longest time, bro, like, what do you want to do now? Like, let's hear. If there's grievances, air the grievances, bro. It's 2024, bro. This is the
everybody's
year.
doing it.
Air the grievance, bro. Like it's got to be one of those ones. It's like, because end of the day, we all talk on this guy's career, yeah, and I still feel strongly about like what has been said in the past. It's been slow. The injuries have hurt his whole career, his trajectory, and now you haven't spoken to the claims of when Eddie Hearn comes out and says didn't want to fight, and then after you got your own trainer says we fighted him. You know what I'm saying? Your own trainers, bro. Talk to these like these kind of like boxing type allegations. Only you can set it straight.
Yes.
Only you can set this thing straight, because are we speaking bad on your name, or have you not done what we expected from your name? It's one of those, like, we got to really know. And guess what? The fight against Dan Azeez will tell us a lot, because, yo, I'm not going to say, I don't want to say must win. It's must win for Buatsi. What is it for Dan?
For Dan, it's one of those things where it's like, because he's repositioned himself the hard way. Because there was a time when Dan wasn't really in the convo like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And even when we started talking to, like, we started knowing what Dan was on, it was a thing where it's like, he's still got a bit to do and da-da-da-da-da. But he was just quietly like, yeah, but I'm going to do it though. I'm going to do it. I'm going my way to focus on where it is. And he just, the momentum just caught. And it's like, rah, hold on a second. This guy's going up this way. He's beating this guy. And he's just kind of climbing and just doing the traditional route of get every little thing on every step. And now he's got to the table and it's just like, now we're seeing how high the ceiling goes, because obviously he's somebody with that career. You've got aspirations to progress even further, and we'll see how it plays out, man. So I think for Dan, it's a thing where it's like, we're continuing the momentum. We're continuing this. We're overachieving and we're continuing this train. Yeah, man. For Buatsi, it's definitely must win. For Dan,
will he be? Is the investment still going to be there with them?
Well,
because one thing with Boxer, he's with Boxer, right? He's with Boxer. We've seen how Boxer have acted on a Lawrence Okoli loss.
Yeah,
not saying it's the same, but we see now Boxer. We need to look at the case study of how Boxer treat fighters after the loss, because even when you can say with Parker, it seemed like Boxer they were really excited. They went big with Parker, discarded him. But guess what? Now Parker's hot again because Parker beat Wilder. Now we're confused. We're like, is he with them? Is he not with them?
Exactly.
And we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. So now I'm saying that is this must win for one. And remember, both don't forget.
You know what? The stakes are equally as high.
The stakes are high because both fighters are signed to Boxer. So one has to get discarded in a sense to take one forward, if you get what I'm saying.
It's actually very insane.
Both fighters, like I put a big investment on Buatsi because I stole the crown jewel from Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn's like, nah, it's just a jewel. Do you know what I'm saying? But I've stole what I thought was special to him. I've also got this guy that we've been kind of prepping and making be the guy. They're now meeting the winner. It's like a winner takes all type situation. So that's why the fight gets.
It's actually a lot. It's actually very, very stacked.
With how Boxer move, let's just say, with how Boxer moved, and unless Boxer start to show us, L's don't mean a thing, and we're gonna it will still carry you on, and we'll still do a great stuff for your career. It's very interesting. This gets very like the stakes are high on both sides, I believe.
Bloody hell, mate.
So it's interesting. We'll see.
Very.
Let us know what you don't think in the comment section about this. Who this fight means more for, like what you see next. Like, get involved in the comment section. All right.